Have you ever done something and wondered why? Why you felt a certain way? Why you trusted someone you barely knew? Why you suddenly remembered something or forgot something important without even trying? Psychology has the answers, but not the kind you think. Because today, we're about to unravel 7 shocking psychology facts that most people don't know. Facts that challenge how you see yourself and everyone around you. This isn't just about knowledge, it's about power. Because once you know how your mind truly works, you stop being manipulated by the world, and you start shaping it yourself. Let's begin. Fact number 1, your brain can lie to you, and you'll believe it. Picture this. A man named Henry wakes up in a hospital room. He's confused, scared, and has no memory of the past 10 years. But there's something stranger. Every day, Henry meets the doctor. The doctor greets him, talks to him, smiles. But every time, it's like it's the first time they've ever met. Henry suffers from anterograde amnesia, the inability to form new memories. But here's what shocked the doctors. One day, the doctor pricked Henry's hand with a pin, a simple test. The next day, Henry didn't remember the doctor at all. But when the doctor reached to shake his hand, Henry refused. He couldn't explain why. He had no memory of the pain, but his brain remembered, subconsciously. This is the terrifying truth. Your brain forms emotional responses, even when you're not aware of it. This is why you sometimes feel bad vibes from someone you don't remember meeting, or feel uneasy walking into a room, even when nothing is wrong. Your subconscious is reacting to patterns you can't consciously see. Think you're always in control? Think again. Fact number 2, people remember emotion, not facts. Imagine you're watching a movie. It's not particularly logical. Some things don't even make sense, but in the end, it makes you cry, or laugh, or feel something deep. A week later, someone asks what the movie was about. You don't remember the plot in detail, but you say this: "It was amazing." Why? Because your memory is tied more to emotion than logic. In a famous study, people were shown advertisements with rational explanations versus emotional stories. Guess which ones they remembered? The emotional ones. In fact, psychologists say, emotion acts like a highlighter in the brain. This is why emotional trauma sticks for years, while textbook knowledge fades. It's why a powerful speech changes your life, but a boring lecture doesn't. It's not about what's true, it's about what feels true. Fact number 3, the more you repeat a lie, the more people believe it. There's a psychological phenomenon called the illusory truth effect. It means this: the more you hear something, even if it's false, the more likely you are to believe it's true. This is how propaganda works. It's how fake news spreads. It's why rumors can destroy lives. Let me tell you a story. In the early 1900s, people believed that spinach was full of iron. It was taught in schools, put in books, used in advertisements. The problem? It was based on a decimal error in the research paper. Someone added a 0 by mistake. But the lie stuck for decades because it was repeated over and over again. This is dangerous because repetition doesn't care about truth. Your brain is wired to think, "I've heard this before. It must be true." Scary, isn't it? Now imagine how many lies you've heard in your life, and how many you still believe. Fact number 4, people will do horrible things if an authority tells them to. In 1961, a shocking experiment was conducted by psychologist Stanley Milgram. Participants were told to administer electric shocks to a person in another room every time they answered a question wrong. The shocks increased with each mistake, from mild to severe to potentially fatal. The person in the other room screamed in pain, begged to stop, cried. But here's the twist. The person wasn't really being shocked. It was all an act. The real experiment? To see how far ordinary people would go, just because someone in a lab coat told them to. Result? 65% of participants delivered what they thought were lethal shocks. Why? Because the person giving the orders seemed like an authority. This proves a chilling truth. Most people will abandon morality if someone powerful tells them it's okay. This isn't just theory, it's history. From war crimes to cults, obedience has a dark side. So next time someone says just following orders, remember Milgram. Fact number 5. Multitasking destroys your brain's efficiency. You're texting, watching a video, replying to emails, drinking coffee, scrolling Instagram. Feels productive, right? Wrong. Research shows that multitasking reduces your IQ by as much as 15 points while you're doing it. Your brain isn't built to handle multiple tasks at once. What it does is switch rapidly between them. Each switch costs energy, focus, accuracy. In fact, people who multitask regularly are worse at filtering irrelevant information and slower at switching tasks when needed. They even score lower on memory tests. So the idea of being a great multitasker? It's a myth. You're not doing more. You're just doing everything worse. And over time, that constant cognitive switching leads to burnout, stress, and poor mental clarity. Want to perform better? Do less, with more focus. Fact number 6. Your brain treats rejection like physical pain. Have you ever been ghosted, ignored, left out? It hurts. But did you know? Your brain can't tell the difference between emotional pain and physical pain. In MRI scans, the brain regions activated during social rejection are the same areas activated when you experience physical injury. This means a breakup, a betrayal, or even being unfollowed can literally feel like being punched in the gut. There's even a term for it, social pain overlap theory. It's why emotional wounds leave invisible scars that linger for years. And it's also why kindness matters, because a cruel word, a cold shoulder, or public humiliation can cause pain that the victim might carry forever. So next time you feel someone else's pain is just in their head, know this, it is. But the brain makes it real. Fact number 7. You're influenced more by others than you think, even strangers. You walk into an elevator. Everyone's facing the back wall. Strange. But you turn and face the back wall too. Why? This is conformity bias, your brain's deep instinct to follow the group even when it doesn't make sense. In a famous experiment, people were asked to judge the length of lines. The answer was obvious. But when actors in the room gave the wrong answer out loud, over 75% of real participants also gave the wrong answer, just to match the group, even though they knew it was wrong. This happens daily. From peer pressure to social media trends, you're being pulled, nudged, and shaped by others constantly. And the scariest part? You usually don't notice. You think you're choosing for yourself. But sometimes, the crowd is choosing for you. So now you know. The truth behind the curtain. The hidden codes of your mind. Your memory lies. Your emotions rule. Your brain follows orders. Even when it shouldn't. You feel pain you can't see, and you follow the crowd. Even when you think you're leading it. But knowledge is power. These 7 facts aren't just shocking. They're a roadmap, a way to break free, to become aware, to choose instead of react, to think instead of follow.